Okay. Welcome back to YouTube tonight. This is your host, Western Mike. We have two topics today. First topic, alcohol. Infrequent is easy. And then narcissists. Too serious to be joking. So we have a couple topics today. The federal government has shut down. There is a partial government shutdown in effect that has been since the Wednesday, the beginning of the month. The Democrats and the Republicans were not able to agree on provisions as opposed to simply making sure that our basic functions are going. Forget the noise. The trusty vortex is going. So, in other cases, Ukraine and Russia have continued their war with offenses and counteroffenses on both sides. Counteroffenses despite a war of attrition. This after what have been studying, looking up. And then also Hamas agreed to release all the hostages within a 72-hour period. They were even taking up the clause about disarmament in the deal. Alcohol infrequency is easy, number one. Let's get into that. You guys know what I'm going to say. It's just, do you want that extra day, or do you just want everything to be seamless? What you know would think that even fun can be seamless. Fun doesn't have to be all the time. You didn't always earn fun. Just because it's the end of the day doesn't mean you earned fun. To me, fun is earned at the end of the week, not the beginning. To me, the problem with having fun in the middle of the week is that it's a departure from the original plan. What was always the original plan? Oh well, going to work and then going home, or I'm going to work, not going to do anything too crazy. Have work to do tomorrow, so I'm going to go home. So, uh, frequent drinking is a nightmare. Frequent drinking is a headache. A headache to be neutralized. Um, Drinking to me is something that is earned at the end of the week, especially all the stuff that could go wrong. Look at me. I'm still, even though did it a little bit more intentionally last night, I'm still kind of struggling with some impulses, such as going to a second bar, going to more than one bar a night. That's still one of my impulses. Last night was okay. Had got a couple complimentary drinks, so um, One thing that could have done better, maybe count those as drinks instead of keep on going. That might have been something that could have done better. But even then, would say, let's look at the list here. What did we? I'm a huge list maker. I love to make lists. I'm not very naturally organized, but I am naturally a bit of a list maker. So making lists is a big thing for me. Yeah, would say had 3 drinks. Cause yeah, no, yeah, had 3 drinks last night, and that was pretty good. So had 3 drinks last night. Could stay back and not have any more drinks this week, and that would be the infrequent goal of 3 drinks a week. Or could go today. Uh, again, not my rules, just not on a weeknight and not before 6 p.m. Could go today for a couple more, and then could go tomorrow for a couple more, and that would be still a 50% cut. And some of those drinks in there were complimentary drinks, so kind of excusing that. So in a way, still had 3 drinks. Uh, no, no, yeah, it's cool. Maybe at most, maybe had in terms of glasses, I think it still had 3 standard drinks, but at least had okay. Yeah, I would say at least had maybe. Oh wait, saying kind of had 7 glasses on here, but one of them was half, so kind of had 6.5, and then that was lower, so that could be 5.5, and then 4.5. Yeah, so might have I think had three or again just had 3 or 4 drinks, no, just 3 or 4 standard drinks total. Maybe at most went over, but only by a few. Just didn't really have that much. Um, just it's easy, a was even discussing this with other customers. Is one think even common source of frustration with drinking is why is everything so strong? Why is everything so strong? Especially most people don't seem to do this. Most people don't seem to do this that often anyway. They don't seem to do it that much. This doesn't seem to be a every night hobby that other people do. It doesn't seem to be a hobby to most people. This seems to be a reward, not a conduit. Um, and yeah, it is easy in a way to meet your goal, to meet your limit. I've been doing that for, would say, a while now. With some deviations, have done that for a while now. It's pretty easy. Um, yeah, and my my goal was, I think that my goal was just maybe went over a little bit, but also was having a good time. So I'm not really too concerned. Um, no, yeah, I may have had 7 glasses, but at most 3 or 4 standard drinks. So may have confused the glasses with the drinks a little bit again. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't a very high amount. I'm getting up with ease this morning. no hangover. Yeah, so no hangover. Pretty sure it was 3 or 4 standard drinks at most. If it was a severe hangover, that would have been significantly drunk, and then would have probably that's hangover territory. So for those with anxiety, I think it's called anxiety. Yeah, just avoid 5 drinks, and that's very easy to do. That's so easy to do. It's easy to avoid 5 drinks because you have so many lighter options. You don't have enough, but you have so many lighter options that it's just easy to do that. Let's check up on our show here. Thank you very much, Eric Von Felter, for your like of my post. Went to the Irish Bank for lunch yesterday. Just had a simple burger. Just had a nice simple burger. Sat outside with my simple burger, and it was really good. Just ate the thing rare. Just ate the little bitch rare, and it was good. It was fun. So yeah, it was nice. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe had 3 or 5 drinks at most, but again, only went over by 1. So was maybe heavy drinking a little bit, but was not heavy drinking by that much. We really did not have that much. A little bit of a cough this morning, but it didn't even seem like 5 drinks last night because was not drunk and then didn't wake up with that much resistance this morning. If it was drunk, then we'd be talking, unable to get up, massive headache. That'd be the territory that we're getting into here. But no, yeah, have really woken up with ease this morning. One thing, yeah, just maybe stayed out a little bit longer again. So didn't totally do it perfectly, but was trying to do things intentionally. Didn't stayed out a little bit later, but it was a little bit more intentional. Why? Well, not only was the limit, would say, pretty reasonable, but also the number of days doing it was pretty reasonable. So if you're going to be drinking every day and staying out until 11 o'clock, would say that is problematic. But if you can do that maybe once or 3 times a week and shift that to a level that is almost not happening, that can be pretty good. So, no, yeah, just if you want to be an infrequent drinker, it's simple. Just get it as close to the level a week, or even just a low risk amount every week. I would say you could probably do a low risk amount. That might not be particularly infrequent, but that's still at least moderate. So might not be an infrequent drinker this weekend. Might be a moderate drinker this weekend. So yeah, always looking to cut my consumption by at least 50 to 80%. Would say last night, maybe some deviations, but last night, just the fact alone that got a couple complimentary drinks, and it looks like at most it was 5 drinks. So if you just count out the free drinks that you got, and then some of those drinks were lighter than a standard drink, would say in total had 3 drinks last night. 3 drinks. 3 standard drinks. Maybe I definitely didn't have 3 total glasses. That's true. I would say had 3. Now counting all those drinks, maybe still only had 3 to 5 drinks. At most tops on average, but not within a 2-hour period. And also the goal is not to have 5 drinks in one day. So, but no, yeah. Sometimes you have to be prepared for these situations, and just know that you have people who have your back. They're here to not only serve you, but also to make sure that you're having a good time. They're having a good time, so it's in general a good time. Really like doing it. And it's not gonna, like I said before, it's not gonna ever be perfect. There will be standard deviations, um, but it'll generally be in the right ballpark. But that's only that's so. Let's say minus the free drinks that got. Thank you very much for that. That's awesome. What would say that if you want to truly be infrequent, you have to start giving up some evenings. People were even telling me, some people just, this is not an option for them. Some nights, it's not even an option. For me, it's not an option. I'm busy, have stuff to do. Even just the fact alone that it's a weeknight, who drinks on a weeknight? Folk who drink on a weeknight, they can't, or they don't have so many demands that doing this also just puts too much demand on their body. So for me, this is fun, but don't want to do this on a weeknight because for me that's just too much demand, and it's too much. It's too much demand on my body. Not going to do it. No, yeah, I'm just not going to do it. So yeah, let's look at that list again. Why is all this stuff popping up? Yeah, man. No, yeah, just had a couple of got a couple of drinks and minus some drinks. Yeah, I did it, and then had 3 drinks, and then 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5. What? Okay, no, yeah, I didn't even have 5 drinks. No, because again, the effects would have been really bad. Didn't even have 5 drinks. I can say that confidently. Didn't even have 5 drinks last night. Had at most maybe 4 drinks last night, and skipping some stuff. Uh, it was the right ballpark last night. So easy. This is too easy. It's too good to be true. It's so easy. But you don't just count back the drinks. We discussed this. You don't just count back the drinks. Wish there was a gesture for that one. You don't just count back the drinks. You count back the days. Either you can swap days, or you can just. To me, I'm like, why not just go Monday through Thursday? To me, when it comes to cutting back days on alcohol, I'm like, it's fun, but you wouldn't want to do this every day. So why not just cut out Monday through Thursday, um, whether you're working or not? Just cut out Monday through Thursday. You're not in the bars every single night, and then it's gone from being a nasty habit to an earned, refreshing hobby. If you want to let this work, there is a way. you have to give up the week. If you want alcohol to work, if you want it to be effective, especially over the long term, you have to give up the week. Especially if your body is already dealing with all this demanding stuff. Why would you tax it further with something you can do when you're done with all that stuff? Why would you tax your body while you're already doing all this stuff? No, yeah, I love my mom. It's just sometimes she would go out in the middle of the week. I'm like, what? How can you do it like that? How can you not get? How can you do that without getting a headache just from doing that? Never mind not getting drunk. Never mind not getting drunk. She won't get drunk. My mom would have, one. If she did it, she thinks not one to talk about her habits. I mean, she didn't seem to be that much of a drinker. If so, maybe one. Maybe she had one, and then just went home, and she felt pretty good. So, no, yeah, my mom. My mom knew what she was. My mom knew what she was doing. She was efficient. You just have to think about this a certain way. Instead of get drunk every night, you just want to wait for a more reasonable amount at the end of the week. That's my take on it. My take on it is that the week is for you to do all these things so that you can then do all the things you really want to do, that you really want to do. If you do it while you're doing all this other stuff that can be taxing on the body, it's inherently not going to be as refreshing. It's going to lose its value. You're going to want to quit. But if you just can do stuff at the right time, yeah, yeah, like with me, like I said, why not just give up the entire week? Yeah, because you have to give your liver 3, especially consecutive days, 2 to 3 consecutive days. We'll say that right now. I'm more in agreement about the 3 days than the 2, because you also need 3 days at least in the gym, or at least enough exercise without alcohol. So you might as well do the no alcohol on the gym days, because even after a day after the gym, you can't be doing it. You can't be doing it even a day after the gym, because that's not really enough recovery time. So again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What's the big deal? To me, it's not a big deal. It's just that should be easy. That should be common sense. Just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, do your gym. Just get it all out of the way, and then by the time Friday rolls around, you would have given yourself enough recovery from both the last week's session of alcohol and the gym. So, and then look at me, didn't have 5 drinks last night. If I had 5 drinks last night, you might not see me right now, or at least not yet today. So no, didn't have 5 drinks last night. At most had 3 or 4. So kept it at a pretty moderate amount. That means that even at most maybe went over a little bit, but maybe no cause for alarm. So no, yeah, it was pretty efficient, and it's easy to do, and there are ways to keep enjoying it in a way without it seriously going over. Don't have 10 drinks. Have been there. That's the worst. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take an intermission. Was a little bit late here. Don't worry, it wasn't hungover or anything like that. It was just having to do some stuff. Coughing a little bit, but that's it. It doesn't seem like really even had 5 drinks last night. Because some of those were light drinks. Yeah, don't. Let's look at this. Um, Yeah, I know. No, so at most had maybe about five, but I think had a pretty reasonable amount. Um, and have had more than four. Didn't really have that much. No, woke up pretty easy uh, woke up pretty easy today, so can say that with confidence. Had maybe either a little bit over or a little under five, at most, at most. So that's not the best, but would even say, yeah, that was under five. Let's look at the list again. How do we do? How did we do? Some of these were complimentary, so minus complimentary did meet the goal. But even if gonna count these, yeah, I think had four. I'm just gonna check up on something here. Hey, okay. Yeah, was a pretty good night. So we'll be right back. Let's do an intermission. All right, and we are back. Narcissists. Too serious to be joking. Uh, no, yeah, they might not mean it like that, but have dealt with, would say a few narcissists again this week. It's just, it's during the commute. They can be a pain in the ass too, blocking the aisle, um, complaining too much, but most people, even in the afternoon, are pretty reasonable. They're not bloviating or anything. It's just there seem to be two people on my morning commute, and some other folk too, but this one person, um, kind of giving him side eye a little bit because I know he's trying to get to work on time. It's just that he acts so damn serious about stuff. Um, he doesn't smile one bit. Uh, you don't have to smile. It's 5 in the morning. People are trying to get to work. Um, but no, it's just it's a little annoying because while he may be trying to get to work, uh, it's just he keeps kind of walking up right behind, um, and that can be a little bit irritating, just because it's 5 in the morning. I know you're busy. I know you're on your way to work, but you don't have to walk up right behind me every time the bus gets off. Uh, and yeah, we'll kind of look at him about that. Kind of, could you not? Could you? Do you mind? And it seems like he looked back yesterday, and he wasn't sup nodding then. Yeah, just give a little sup nod. It's like, oh, okay, I understand. I'll slow down a little bit. I'll slow down a little bit, or I'll just at least give you some space and walk the other way. I understand. No, no. Instead, it's kind of the thing that I have come to expect from a lot of neighbors, especially in Marin County, is just that nasty glare from them. They're constantly glaring at you. When they're not fake smiling at you, they're constantly glaring at you, and that's irritating. That's frustrating. No, yeah, I know you're on your way to work, but could you just maybe let me pass a little bit here? I don't really enjoy people using me as a point of reference because they're in a hurry. There's all this room. You can just walk in a different direction entirely, or you can just or if you're really in a hurry, then won't you just walk ahead of me? Yeah, I think I've seen that from this guy. Walking very quickly behind me, but then doesn't just simply walk ahead of me. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of annoying. I've seen people do that over and over again, and then they're not even. You don't have to greet people, but they don't even seem like they're having a good time. Who are these people? Just they keep rushing you from behind. No, yeah, that guy. I swear that guy rushes me from behind when he could just go the other. When he could just not even go the other direction. He could just walk ahead of me. You can fucking walk ahead of me. You don't have to keep, you know, uh, tailgating me. Tailgating. No, yeah, that dude tailgates me like crazy, and he constantly also has this frown on his face, and it's just it's annoying. We all wear the same clothes, but it can be it can be annoying when you're tailgating somebody when there's plenty of room, and then just you're not even a source of positivity for other people. You just seem like you're constantly crappy. I'm not your point of reference just because of all that shit. Um, no, yeah, I'm not your point of reference just because you're in a hurry. Just because you're in a fucking hurry doesn't mean you have to tailgate me. Okay, you can just go the other way. I'm not just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean I'm in your way. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean I'm in your way. And then that's another thing about kind of maybe narcissistic people is every single time have uh, stepped out of the elevator and then somebody's been there. Just these folk, they make a look right at you, and they kind of look right at you in a way that it's oh man, just calm down a little bit. I know you. I know you're ner- I know nerves and everything, but could you not project onto me? It seems like a lot of these people, they may not mean it per se, but they just have this nasty ass habit of projection. Um, no, yeah, you don't have to look right at me when I'm coming off the elevator and be doing that blowfish thing. No, just you can be relaxed. It's just, oh, here's the elevator. Well, why are people doing this bloviating? Oh, because I'm in a hurry. You're automatically in my way. Blowfish thing. Why do people keep doing the blowfish thing? Why can't they just be comfortable in their own skin? Um, yeah, it's annoying because last time I went to the airport, people were browbeating me because I didn't know how to work the thing at McDonald's, and one person did that, and then one person at the airport touched my stuff. Don't ever fucking touch somebody's stuff. You touch somebody's stuff, and it's the wrong person. You're gonna get your ass beat. Don't ever fucking do shit like that. And don't ever. It's not necessary to be taking the Lord's name in vain right after you. Kind of like what my mom said, right after you just got off an airplane, and you don't need to be doing that just to do it. Um, no, yeah. This one woman was saying the J word, kind of like J, as she walked up to her luggage to get her luggage after the flight. I'm like, didn't you just get off a plane? Didn't you just get off? Didn't didn't you just get off the plane safely? Why are you taking the Lord's name in vain? That doesn't make any sense. To me, would be saying, thank you, jeez, thank you, jeez. Have trouble even saying it here. So, no, yeah. Why are we taking the Lord's name in vain and project? And is it just me or kind of projecting ourselves onto other people, just because of the circumstances we're dealing with? That should be an enjoyable time. Like, hey, I had a couple of drinks over the weekend. Cool. Now I'm focused on that was cool, but now I'm focused on other things. Cool. Why? How is that a big deal? I don't understand. You're doing the things you have to do so that you can have fun later. And part of it is just, it's not going to always be a smooth ride, smooth commute. Idiots will idiots will do things in the middle of the work week on the road. We'll keep telling them, stop stop being reactive instead of proactive about the infrastructure. These idiots don't seem to get it. And they only started to be making some changes once enough people complained. You're trying to do BART upgrades on a Friday. Friday is not the weekend. Today's the weekend, it's Saturday, but yesterday wasn't the weekend. It was almost the weekend, but it wasn't the weekend of the weekend. It's the work week. Why are you idiots doing upgrades in the middle of the work week? um, yeah. And it's just you don't have to rush people from behind. You can walk ahead of them. And also this other dude kept walking down one street, now he's walking down my street. And one day he was staring at me just for passing him, and it's like, dude, you just happen to be catching me on my break. Chill. And then he was staring at me at that street, and then he's walking up my street, and he keeps acting same thing, overly serious. No comfortable bone in that dude's body. Overly serious, intense, kind of spazzy, kind of taking things too seriously. And that's just, it's not my favorite kind of attitude, guys. If you want to have conversation, cool, but not at 5 in the morning, and you're gonna have to put a smile on, because I don't want to deal with Pollyannas or crabby people. And it's just, swear, a lot of fucking strangers who've tried to make an attempt have all been crabby. Have all been crabby. They've all been crabby. Not one of those was having a good time. Not one of those was having a genuine good time. They were all crabby already. Isn't that something? Isn't that interesting? All the strangers who pester you, bother you, they're all already having a bad time. They're not enjoying themselves. They're not smiling. They're not genuinely saying hi to others. They're mocking you. They're disrespecting your space. They don't care about your space. They don't care that they walk too slow, or that they constantly have this frown on their face, like they're about to kill everybody. Uh, like they're about to fucking kill everybody. No, they want what they want, and they want it now. Even if they want attention and they're having a bad day, still they want it, and they want it now. We've come up with a country where it seems like even when strangers want attention, they're rushing even that from you. Seems like people are rushing attention. Seems like people are rushing you, and then they're rushing attention from you. Let's look at that. Let's look at that drink list one more time, just make sure. Okay. Oh yeah, that was a good amount. I think paid my bill and everything. Yeah, I think got everything squared away, so that was pretty good. That's just, I understand everybody's in a hurry, but you don't have to be a dick about it. You don't have to walk at the same pace behind me or too slowly in front of me. And you also, you can just pass. You can just pass by, and I'm not going to bother you. But also, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to be so overly serious. Okay. You don't have to pass by, and you don't have to be so overly serious. Also, you don't have to constantly walk from behind or slowly when you can, or slowly in front of me, like you're trying to act all big and bad. You can just pass by people like a normal person. And you also, if you want to talk, great, but you don't have to, especially at 5 in the morning. You don't have to have this overly serious kind of blowfish blowfish kind of vibe. Kind of getting sick and tired of the blowfish vibe. That blowfish vibe is kind of pissing me off a little bit. It's just, I don't understand the Bay Area. I don't get the vibe. I don't get the style. It seems like it's very now, 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 even about getting attention. And patience pays. So yeah, even that last night. Think, yeah, had 4 drinks, yeah, because you're kind of exempted one beer. You can have an extra beer. Didn't have, yeah. Michael, you didn't have 5 drinks last night. Chill. Stop overthinking it. You had 4 drinks. You had a moderate amount. You had, maybe even 3 drinks. Minus everything, you had 3 drinks. So, chill. So chill, right quick. But yeah, if you're gonna be around people, especially at 5 in the morning, you're not doing that. It's not fun, but you're not doing that out of misery. You're doing that because you're simply getting closer and closer to the fun. So why not just not think about it, that stuff? Why not just not? I might not be naturally organized, but I'm at least a list making perceiver type. So I'm either a fun seeking judging type or I'm a list making perceiving type. And what I would say is that why not just exempt Monday through Thursday so you can focus on stuff, the gym, and then recovering from the gym, because you have to give yourself at least a day or two after the gym to chill, to relax. And then it's just that makes it easy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then because you did that, it's way easy to keep it at a pretty good amount for the week. So right now I'm at 4 of 14 drinks total a week. But to me, I am still going to exempt that one drink because was getting just really good service last night, really good service. So yeah, really I'm at 3 drinks. So could have 2 more today, 2 more tomorrow, and then that would be in the pretty much the right ballpark. Maybe not perfect, but again, pretty solid ballpark for a drastic alcohol cut. Um, am going for 50%. Patience pays. Patience definitely pays. It's not easy. It's not easy if you can't wait, if you can't be patient. Yeah, have 4 drinks. But then even had 3 drinks. Had 3 drinks. So have 2 more. It was maybe a little bit sloppy, yes, but had at least 3 drinks. So can have 2 more today, 2 more tomorrow. You have to compromise a little bit. You have to compromise a little bit. And even if you're more perceiving type, once you want your kind of spontaneous side to kind of go, let's keep that for later when it's going to be more fun and kind of new. I don't really want to do that every night. Yeah, because then it starts to become what what used to be what used to be fun is now repetitive. So yeah, what used to be fun is now repetitive. Gonna get a glass of water. Be right back. Sorry, I keep getting up. Wanting a glass of water. What did you guys do last night? What or did you stay in? What was the plan? Holy hell. What was the plan? What did you guys do last night? So yeah, it's just narcissists just seem very impatient. Even about friendship. They seem impatient. They seem like they're rushing you. They seem like they're kind of beating you to a pulp when it comes to some of this stuff. And I'm like, you got to chill. You got to chill. Being in a rush, totally normal. Very common experience. Being in a rush uh, socially, not normal. Not normal. That's not a normal experience. Would say that most office workers don't have time for fun in the middle of the week. They would want to, but they don't have time for fun in the middle of the week. And, it just seems so narcissistic in a certain way to even be thinking about fun in the middle of the week. So, why are you rushing? Why are you rushing it? Why can't you just be, why can't you just accept unequivocally that it is the week and that you don't have time for it? That should be a place of, that should be a place of virtue, not despair. Me might not even have more drinks. Had three, so might not even have. In a way, think even had 3 drinks last night. 3 standard drinks. That's possible, especially because I'm not hungover. So might not even do it tonight or tomorrow, but would still say, hey, cool. Had 3 drinks last night. Maybe went over it a little bit, but also that was because was having a good time, and so went over a little bit. But hey, cool. I had a couple of drinks last night. I might do it tonight or tomorrow, or because I'm scared that I'm gonna start getting cravings in the middle of the week. Or I might just say, you know what? I might even say, you know what? Was able to do this. Was able to have 3 drinks last week. Cool. 3 drinks last week. Cool. Yeah, what's a big deal? And I'm not gonna be pouting at other people because I don't get to have my drink. Those drinks were so good that honestly could go a while without them. Honestly, could go a while because they were so good. I don't really need to even be. I'm not even. It's not even really on my mind right now. It's the morning. It's fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. Even on a weekday, even on a weekend day. Kind of want to do other stuff. Kind of did miss my bath last night. I kind of want to take a bath today. Want to buy some stuff today. Have some stuff that I have to buy. That's always nice. That's always nice. Getting them sponges or getting them, kombucha. That's always kombucha. Um, that's always a nice thing. That's always nice. And yeah, there are other hobbies. It's nice to do something other than the same thing all the time. Um, Even if it's just a weekend, might, take today off just to have an off day, and then even in the middle of the weekend, might do that and then do it tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Um, yeah, I don't want to drink every night, especially because when I'm drinking every night, already it's not going to always be a perfect night. So drinking in the middle of the weeknight, it ruins your mood. It ruins your mood. It destroys your fucking mood. Weeknight drinking destroys your fucking mood. Weeknight drinking is frequent drinking. It destroys your fucking mood. You can't act as a as an autonomous as an autonomy anymore under those cases. You're letting your mind be overridden by something you used to find an easy thing to do. Well, because you were getting drunk on a Thursday night. No, yeah, I'm not even going to drink at all on a Thursday night. Might drink on a Sunday, but I'm not going to drink on a Thursday. Thursday's still the week. You're still finishing the week. Um, no, yeah. Do you want to be busy, or do you want to be going around bothering? Do you want to be busy, or do you want to be bothering? That simple. If I don't have anything to drink today, it's no big deal because that means I just have my fill. Thanks, guys. That pretty much was the show. Kind of a flat show today. Kind of a flat one today, but that's okay. But that's all right. So, um, no, yeah. Let's all be a little bit patient here. Um, Patient zero. Let's all be a little bit patient here going forward. You don't have to get in my face because you're in a hurry. That's kind of like people who are talking, who are interrupting you, but they were already on the phone. What's that shit? Why are you interrupting me even though you were already on the phone? Let's extend this a little bit. Maybe let some people join in. Got started a little bit late, so we can kind of push this. Um, yeah, well, why is that narcissistic? If you're in a hurry, that's normal. But if you're rushing people from behind who are already trying to give you space, or if you keep walking slowly in front of people, almost as if you're doing it on purpose, and then they turn around and they see that you just have this nervous frown on your face. No, yeah, why would anybody want to give the weekend allowance to somebody like that? You can do all that, but then I'm not gonna have my drink with you. My drink. I'm not gonna have my drink with you if you're gonna be like that. If you're even just gonna be all, oh, it's the week, it's not really my thing, but hey, well, at least you're here. At least you're here. So, that's where the comfort is. If I respond to your fucking ass though, well then I'm gonna be frequently drinking on a Thursday fucking night, and I don't really need that. So, and to me, kind of Thursday night is kind of a weasel because it shows that you can't make it a week, at least a week. If you can make it a week, you could probably make it at least a few weeks, my friend. So, why not just make it a week with things and have fun with your week? Have fun with your week. Um, I get people are in a hurry, but you don't have to be an asshole to be in a hurry. You don't have to be an asshole to be in a hurry. A lot of people who are in a hurry are being an asshole, and then it's just the whole thing just seems so fabricated, so phony. Don't be in a phony hurry. Stop with a phony hurry, okay? Because that's getting fucking annoying. Dear America, I understand you're rushed, but stop with the fucking phony hurry, because that's getting beyond fucking annoying. Are you here to work, or are you merely just here bothering people? I even still see some weirdos yesterday. This one weird kid kept staring. Maybe not staring, but just he was kept looking from behind. And I'm like, I'm not going to mug you. I'm not going to do anything. I'm walking behind you. What's the big deal? I'm trying to get to my office. What do you want? No, yeah, it's just too many people projecting onto you instead of just being a team player, and that's annoying. You either want attention or sometimes you want attention, and you're kind of pouting at me, and it's I'll give you your attention. Quit freaking pouting. Quit your freaking pouting. All right. It's just sorry. No, yeah, you just what's with all this fucking pouting everywhere I go. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's Saturday. I got up. I'm in a good mood. I finished my week. Solid. Solid. Nice, Mikey. I finished my week smoothly and then had not even 4 drinks, 3 drinks last night. Three. And one or two of those was an excuse pretty much anyway, because it was just getting really, really good service. So you can't do that all the time, but sometimes you can do that. So it was either three or the right ballpark. So I'm not stressing too much. Um, yeah, I'm not going to be exacting about this whole thing. I'm having a good time, and I'm with the people who care about, and we're all having a good time, despite the despite everything. Um, I get if people are in a hurry. It's just that it's kind of hard to believe it if you're doing it, but then you keep getting in my face and either glaring at me for no reason, for no particular reason, or maybe not glaring, but you're doing that freaking blowfish. I don't want to be dealing with a blowfish. Okay, I don't like that kind of vibe. I don't like that kind of toot. No, yeah, you can talk to me. I don't like the bloviating blowfish. Don't like that. Can't stand that. No, yeah, people can talk to me. It's just that whole bloviating blowfish thing. Can't stand that. No, yeah, can you not be a blowhard? Don't be a blowhard. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean I'm in your way. You don't have to smile, but you also don't have to frown. You don't have to pout every time you're sharing a space with others. This is kind of about having some awareness here. Even, you know what? That's my new project for next week. It's just, even if there's a fucking hold up for no reason on the Golden Gate Bridge that could have easily been avoided on a Friday, still gonna show up and be all, you know what, I'm not doing necessarily what I want to be doing right now, but at least I'm doing it, and at least it's getting me to the stuff that I want to be doing later. Even if I'm a perceiver type, I'm still more of a solid, easy work now, play later perceiver type, and that just works for me. Being spontaneous, but in a way where it was earned and was delaying gratification. That's what works for me. I think I'm pretty spontaneous. It's just that being too spontaneous to the point where being thirsty about stuff, that doesn't work for me. Especially on a weeknight, that just does not work for me. Okay. Didn't do things totally perfectly this week, but it was still a way better week than last week. And then a couple weeks ago, even last week. Thanks, guys. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. See you in the next video. And until we meet again, a beat is in. Have a good week. And see you next Friday. And just remember, 7 drinks or around that amount a week, even if you're a man. And you're not gonna struggle. You're not gonna struggle as much. I like this range. Thanks. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for last night. That was fun. A lot of cool people last night. A lot of friendly, nice people last night. And really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Thanks, guys. And talk to you soon. All right. Have a good weekend. And as always, you can have your 7 drinks all in one night.